morning. This is day 22 of our adventure. You are watching Just Having Fun with Roy and Frida. We are driving through the clouds this morning. We just left Cornerbrook. It is 9 o'clock in the morning on Friday, June the 16th. And it is 47 degrees, which is about 7 or 8 Celsius. We stayed at the Visitor Information Center overnight and were able to hook up to their electricity. Of course, we got permission from them to do so, and made use of their dump station and their fresh water fill-up. The view was spectacular. Right close to the Visitor Information Center. For those of you that golf, you might want to take advantage of that. We didn't bring our clubs with us on this trip. We filled our propane at Canadian Tire. It was only $20 to fill the tank. That's pretty cheap. Plus tax.
20 pound.
For a 20-pound tank. We paid a lot more than that in Rocky Harbor. Canadian Tire, though, does not fill by the pound, they fill by the tank. Whereas Rocky Harbor, the Irving filled by the pound. Our destination today is the aux Basques area. We're catching the ferry on Sunday, so we're hoping to stay down there for a couple of nights if we can find a nice spot. We checked the weather this morning. It's supposed to be not too bad down in that area, so keep our fingers crossed. It rained all last night and this morning until about an hour ago. Quite a bit of traffic last night going past the visitor center. That's a pretty busy road until about midnight, and then it quieted down and started up about 6:30 this morning. Lots of lighting there as well. go down the Burin Peninsula in Newfoundland, there are a couple of islands off the southern point that are owned by France. So you can take a ferry ride across and go to France. As long as you got your passport, as Roy says. We didn't do that on this trip. Maybe in a future trip we'll do that, but we had enough points of interest in this trip. We just spotted another moose out in the field. In a nice grassy pasture. We're on the long and winding road over the hills and through the dales. You don't see a lot of agriculture in Newfoundland, but every once in a while you see a small field all worked up ready for planting. We just passed another one just a couple minutes ago. About 84 kilometers from aux Basques on Trans-Canada 1 heading south. per hour north. And it was a mobile sign, so it's probably a warning sign for when the winds get really bad. We're about 21 kilometers from aux Basques. It's rainy and foggy. This reminds us of Bona Vista. Cape Bona Vista, that is. On Highway 470 West. We just took a drive to aux Morts, where we had some coordinates for a free camping spot. However, there was absolutely nothing except a cliff at those coordinates. There was a small gravel area about a half to a kilometer before that going east that I guess you could stay overnight. It's pretty wide open. But we didn't, unless that was the rest area that the coordinates were supposed to be at, we're not quite sure. So we're headed back towards aux Basques, looking for a spot that we might spend the night. It's still raining. Still raining. The temperature has dropped down to 47 degrees, which is about 7 or 8 Celsius. We did get up to 57 degrees at one point, but that didn't last long.
In 900 meters, take the ramp on the right to Trans-Canada Highway, then take the first right.
Sure is a big dredge over there.
take the ramp on the right to Trans-Canada Highway, then take the first right.
We are entering J.T. Cheeseman Provincial Park. We're hoping they might have a spot for us to stay the night. So we'll see.
In 1.5 kilometers, turn right on Highway 408.
According to the tourist information book, there is a piping plover breeding habitat at this park. So if we get a spot to stay here, then maybe we'll get to see that. This is our campsite for the night. We're at J.T. Cheeseman Provincial Park. Electrical site. It's $30.50 for the site, and then you can see the dump station there. Couldn't get water, it wasn't turned on when we got here. I see it's dripping now, so they must have turned it on. And there's a $7 entrance fee, so it came to $37.50. It's a 2-kilometer hike to the beach, where there's supposed to be 4 pairs of piping plovers. We just walked there and didn't see any, unfortunately. It's a beautiful playground here, so if you come with kids, they won't be disappointed. And this is down by about 15 kilometers from aux Basques, just off of Trans-Canada 1. That's it for today. Day 22 is in the books. Good night. Thanks for watching.